Thanks so much for making our tails wag by watching this guest interview from Arden Moore's Four-Legged Life. Make sure to subscribe so you're up to date with all of our Four-Legged Life content.
Welcome back to Arden Moore's Four-Legged Life show. Now, dogs definitely dominate the world of therapy pets. But, move over, Rover. As our next guest will illustrate, some cats are proving to be, yep, I said it, perfect therapy pets. Please welcome to the show the founder of Allison Helps Cats, my friend, Allison Hunter-Frederick. Welcome to the show, Allison.
Thank you for having me.
And where are my manners? Joining you is a very famous therapy cat, Miss Rainey. Pause up, Miss Rainey. For all you YouTubers, you get to see this beautiful girl. Let's just dive right in. Therapy cats. Now, I have a therapy cat too. His name is Casey, pet safety cat. But I think there's a lot of folks that say, cats just don't want to sit, groom, sleep, and eat. There's some kitties that have this, hey, I got some other things to do in my 9 lives. What's up with therapy cats, Allison? Why are they seeming to hopefully grow in popularity?
Well, I think there's a couple of reasons. One, there are people who want to have a visit from a cat, not a dog, and they might even like dogs, but dogs and cats are different. There's something about cats that they want to see, or maybe they've had cats all their lives, and so they just want to be able to have a cat visit them. But the other thing is,
you can let Rainey go. Rainey goes, I did my 5 seconds. I want my treat. That's fine. But, I also think there's something.
I should give her a treat.
Yeah, there's something about petting a cat versus a dog, tactile wise. What do you think? What's going on?
Well, there's the purr, there's the texture of the fur, there's the meow.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe not the meow. I mean,
well, I like the meow.
More
that
if they
like
want
this.
something, but
yeah, they go meow, meow. That's a sexy meow.
So it's the sounds, it's the feel of them. They're also, we do have small dogs, but a lot of dogs are bigger, so we have this small animal that we can have in our lap.
Nice.
I think most therapy dogs probably sit beside a person and get petted, whereas a cat can be in their lap. So there's a lot of things about cats that feel different.
So let's talk about your therapy cat, Rainey. Rainey's a seasoned veteran. How old is Rainey, and how long has she been a therapy cat?
Rainey is 7, and I believe she's been a therapy cat since either 3 or 4.
Okay, and what made you say, hey, Rainey, let's go. Let's go visit people?
Well, to go to your question of why therapy cats are becoming popular, I think a lot of people have those cats that want to do a job. They used to be out hunting, and now they're in our homes, and they still want to do something. They're extremely active, extremely high energy. Rainey was that kitten that even when she started growing up was into everything, and she wanted to be with me, but she also wanted to, if I was doing something, it's going to be on the floor. If I'm not paying attention to her, she's going to be asking me for attention. So we started doing agility, and then we started doing therapy, and her getting to go out and visit people. She loves people, and also she loves getting out. And so it's that really positive, cool way of channeling that energy. And I think a lot of people have cats like that.
I think
they're very high energy and want to go out.
Yeah, and if you get out and get to meet people and get to do things, you have a better cat nap, don't you?
Oh yes. When she comes home from her cat therapy, she crashes. I have pictures of her just still in her carrier, just because she's had a good day.
Well, working the noodle and working the body, it does all of us good, I think. Where are some of the places you both go to spread the therapy cat love?
We have been to senior complexes like retirement homes, assisted living, hospice. We've also do our Read to a Pet program at our local library. And we also, as of the past couple years, have been able to go to our university during exam time and have tons of students get comforted and reassured and get their stress out in between exams by
So
being able to pet
you're
Rainy.
in Nebraska. So what's the university
Yes,
or community college you go out to?
University of Nebraska-Lincoln.
Okay.
And we
So
go to the College of Dentistry and the College of Nursing, and hopefully more colleges.
are we calling Rainey Professor Rainey?
Sure, she thinks she's smart. And I think she's smart. So, yes, I think we could call her Professor Rainey.
All right, all right. Um, so what is that doing? I know you're not a medical doctor, but you are a cat behavior consultant and trainer. And everybody after the show, please go to AllisonHelpsCats.com. But what's happening to us in a stressful time like an exam? I'm in dental school and nursing school, and here comes Rainey.
Oh, well, her purr is relaxing. Cats' purrs in general, they help them relax and they also help us relax. Uh, if they like cats, seeing a cat just puts a smile on their face.
So you're
And
raising the serotonin, aren't you?
yeah. And I think it's just they have something to focus on other than what's that question? What's the answer? How do I
Yeah.
do this? Instead, they have an animal that they can just kind of go, okay,
And
and
be in the
go,
present,
and
right?
just very soothing, and yeah, be present moment of just all their stress goes on to Rainy, and they feel better.
I think Rainey's channeling me. She's saying, Arden, tell her that all therapy cats help us be in the me now.
Yes, they help us be in the moment. That is absolutely true.
All right. So how do you go about it? I tell us what group you're with and why it's important to have an official therapy cat that is insured and all that wonderful stuff.
Well, a couple of reasons that it's important to go through a certification group. One, just like you said, you get insurance. Uh, you know, we never expect anything to go wrong, but if it does, it's nice to know you have the backing of insurance.
Yep.
The other thing is by going through a group, you have someone who guides you, and some programs are more robust than others, but it still comes down to you have someone who has said, yes, you know what you're doing, or someone who said, maybe do this and maybe do that. So it's not just you going in with a cat and saying, oh, my cat loves people, so I'm going to take them out, and who knows what's going to happen.
That's true.
They've been trained, they've been prepared, you've been trained and prepared, and you have a support group behind you that we're all doing, all these cat therapy handlers are doing the same thing. We can talk to each other, help each other
I
with
like that.
situations, questions.
So we got about a minute before the break. What are a few or a couple organizations that you can recommend? I think you and I are in the same one, my cat Casey with your cat Rainey, but let's do a shout out to some that have been established that people can check.
Love on a Leash, and
Yep.
also Pet Partners.
Yeah.
And I think if you have a local pet partners, that's a great way to go. You get that immediate hands-on training right there. What I love about Love on a Leash is if there's not a local group, you still can get certified because they have ways to help you through it and make sure that you've been evaluated properly and you're ready to be a
Yeah. Casey's with
therapy
Love
team.
on a Leash, and I have a new dog, Emma, who's on her way to start doing therapy training. She's smaller than
Ah,
most cats. Hey everyone, we're speaking with Allison Hunter-Frederick. She is with Allison Helps Cats. Check that out after our break. When we come back, we're going to dive into some issues that kitties have, and we need people like Allison. So sit, purr. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everyone. We're speaking with Allison Hunter-Frederick. She is with Allison Helps Cats. She's in Nebraska. And she has an amazing therapy cat named Rainey who's been helping put smiles on her face in all different kinds of settings. Allison, were you a plumber before you plunged in the world of cats? What did you do?
I was a special education teacher.
Okay, there's some parallels, right?
Yes.
So what made you say, I need to get into the world of cats?
I had two things. I had a cat that, that cat that shows up at your doorstep that calls you. So I had that cat who made me fall in love with cats and became my first cat. Taught me everything about how special cats are.
Who is that
But
cat's name?
Lucy.
Hi, Lucy, in heaven. Okay.
And the other reason is I was blogging for Lincoln Animal Ambassadors, and they try to address the root causes of why animals get surrendered, and I kept reading so much about cats being surrendered. A huge reason is for behavior. And I kept telling people, someone needs to help cats with behavior. Not me, but someone. And then, of course, that ended up
Careful
being
what you
me.
say, Allison.
Yes, careful what I say.
But you went to school. So, I mean, you've gone through some programs to become a cat behavior consultant and trainer, right?
I took a course called Cat Behavior and Retention that was through the Humane Society of the United States. That is what it was affordable, and I took that class and it was like, I love this field. And
Okay.
it does have parallels to special education because you are looking at behavior, figuring out the triggers, you're developing behavior plans, you're helping solve a problem, and you keep troubleshooting. So it felt right, and it was a way to do it with cats.
I like
Uh,
that.
and then I've also taken courses through the International Animal Behavior, I'm going to get it right, wrong, IABC, International Animal.
International Association of Animal Behavior Consultants.
Thank you.
$10 for
Yes.
odd info. Remember an IABBC.
And I've taken courses through the Pet Professional Guild. So, and I'm actually right now working on my certification. So by the end of the year, hopefully.
Well, what I like, Allison, is you're always going to be a student and a teacher, aren't you?
Oh,
That's a
yes.
good combo, don't you think?
I've got a long list of classes that I still want to take because, oh, this issue came up. And so I have to take a class on that because I want to make sure that I know everything there is to know about how do I help a person with this situation.
On your website, Allison Helps Cats, I love how it's divided up. You do a lot. I mean, you launched this during COVID, right?
The year before
Okay,
COVID.
year before.
But
So,
yes, it was starting to grow and then it just went because the pandemic.
right, but you're on the rebound. So,
Yes.
webinars, workshops, one-on-one, newsletters. I mean, you're giving people a lot of good resources, right?
Yes. Thank you. And videos,
And videos.
educational videos.
You want to
Yeah.
shout out to your husband, who is becoming quite the videographer?
Yes. My husband, Andy Frederick, he takes, my little bit of camera work, or sometimes he does his own camera work, and he puts really cool videos together for us that have educational value. He also does my infographics, and those have been quite popular and helpful. So I give a shout
Nice.
out to him. I couldn't do this without
Real
him.
men love cats, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So, all right. We've talked in the first part about therapy cats. There's some cats that are jocks. They want to do agility. Tell us about that growing feline sport.
Well, agility, they go through tunnels, they go over jumps, and there's different types of obstacles. Depends on what obstacles you want to set up. There can be an A-frame, a catwalk, that kind of stuff. You set up a course of them and you teach the cat to go through them. My cats look forward to doing it every day. They'll sit at the basement door. Our course is set up downstairs. They'll
Are they
sit
wearing
at
their
the
gym
basement
shorts?
door and yes, and have the gym shorts on. They're ready to go. But they're all different. The one, she goes through it once, she's done. The other is kind of like, I plod along, but I like it. But again, I'm going through once, and then
I'm doing a
I'm
turtle
gonna.
pace.
And then there's Rainey, who races through it and then says, "Okay, again." And then races through it, and when I'm tired, she goes, come on, let's do it again."
I like it. So, what are you using to get them to go from one obstacle to another?
I am using treats. If a person was doing official competition, they should use toys.
Okay.
But
Do you have
I
a lure
started out in the
stick or
dog world.
something? What do you have? I don't know if I thought
That
about a
would have been
lure.
the proper way to do it, but I just use a treat. You know, yeah. So,
Okay.
I mean, you could put churro or any other kind of squeezable meat puree. I mean, there's lots of different companies making it now. You could put it on a stick,
Yeah.
or you can just use the dry treat and lure them through. Rainy is, well, I think all of them, but especially Rainy is to the point where, uh, it's maybe one or two times I give her a treat, and otherwise she goes through the whole course and then she gets the treats at the end, which
All right.
is
Intermittent
fun.
reinforcement works pretty well,
Yes.
doesn't it?
Yep.
All right. So we've talked about the cats as therapy. We've talked about cats in agility, but we also need to talk about what's very passionate to you, and that is saving their lives. So you've
Yes.
worked with shelters and you've worked with kitties that don't have homes. I think you mentioned there's one cat that really is near and dear to you. I'm gonna mispronounce the cat's name.
Oh, Chautauqua.
Yeah, there you go.
Yes.
That's why I'm on the
Uh,
radio. So tell us about Chautauqua.
well, and her caretaker would just say Mama Kitty, which is
Okay,
easier to say.
thank you.
But Chautauqua came to us from our shelter, has a feral pregnant mom. She gave birth to her kittens in our home.
In your home?
Yes,
Oh,
that
wow.
was an amazing experience. Uh, but she's feral. Uh, Cat moms in general are very protective, so it's hard to get close to the babies. You add feral in the mix, and yet, if we were going to socialize the kittens and mean that they grow up to be well-adjusted cats, we had to be able to. Well, we had to check their health for one thing, but we also
Right.
had to be able to take them out sometimes and hold them, socialize them, and so that meant eventually, at some point we had to work on Chautauqua. First, it was just getting her, allowing us to take them out to check them health wise. But once they started moving around, then it was, we want her to be comfortable with us.
Oh,
Otherwise,
good.
she was going to go back out. And she
Yeah.
would have went to a pretty safe place with a caretaker, so that would have been okay. But we wanted her to be able to be there the whole time with her kittens. So we uh, got her used to that. There's where your pointer comes, a target stick comes in, because we put food on the end of the target stick,
Yeah.
and or something. It
Yeah.
was similar to that, and got her used to, if you want, it was you get food if you act nice to us. If
Right.
and it's not going to work with all cats, but thankfully with her it did. Over time, she got used to the food. She'd start coming towards us. She got to where she'd come out of her
Oh.
safe area. And that meant we were able to have the kittens coming out and running around in our foster room. Uh, I
So
think
what happened? What's the verdict on her? Did she get a home?
about a week before about a week before she would have had to be returned to her caretaker, she was sitting on a recliner with me. So she was getting to a place where it's like,
Good.
she is accepting people. So we taught her caretaker how to use the target stick, how to get her to come close. Her caretaker, thankfully, I shout out to her caretaker, continued that work when Shtaka went back to her. And so she got to where she could pet her. Then she started using that method to get her to come inside a little bit. And at this point, she's definitely a indoor outdoor cat with emphasis on indoor. I suspect by
Nice.
the end of the winter, she will be a bona fide indoor cat.
Yay. So we have a little time left. What's the biggest message you want to give everybody? And I do want people to go to AllisonHelpsCats.com.
Oh, wow. Everything that cats do is a communication to us. They love us. They want to be part of our homes. If they haven't gotten used to who we are, if they're scared of us, they still want a place to be and to be loved and secure. So don't think that they're out to get us, and don't think that they're suddenly acting mean and bad and getting revengeful. They are communicating with us if they have issues. And also, if they're doing well, then you can enrich their lives with training and uh, just find out what they want to do. And
I like that.
do that with them, and that will enrich their lives, build the bond with you, build the trust with you.
Slow and steady is a perfect solution. Hey, that's it for our show today, everyone. I really want to give pause up to our special guest. We're talking about Allison Hunter-Frederick of Allison Helps Cats. And earlier we had Christy Myrie of Toki Poki Pet Trading Cards. I want to thank all of you, pet pals, for tuning in, and all you stations for airing our show coast to coast. You can subscribe to the show. It's easy. fourleggedlife.com. And I've teamed up with my friends at Tevra, Tevra Brands, to help stretch your purchasing power. Just remember Arden20 at checkout, and you will get 20% off anything you order on the Tevra.com site. That's pretty easy, right? So until next time, this is Arden Moore saying to all you 2, 3, and 4-leggers out there, pause up! Pause up, pet pals. Thanks for watching. If you liked my video, please hit the like button. Also, subscribe to my channel. I want to keep providing you with great guests, special first aid tips, and yes, more videos of these guys. See you next time. Pause up!